You are now listening to the Rec Show.
What up, everybody? What's going on? I hope everybody's having a good weekend. I hope everybody is counting their blessings and not their problems, man. Check it out, man. This is episode number 26, and I go by the name of Gldnmnd. Yeah. Yo, we about to vibe out today, man. Today's gonna be a dope-ass episode, man. I got another dope beat maker, producer, musician, alright? Straight out of Califas, or California, as he likes to say, man. And I got his information because he's teamed with somebody that I'm digging on right now, which is Gldnmnd, man. So go to the previous episode, you'll hear the episode from Gldnmnd. But anyway, man, we are vibing out today and talking to TeedotEinsof, man. So yeah, man, it's about to be a dope one, y'all feel me? So yeah.
Just don't say nothing after me.
Yeah, man. So, like, we gonna get into it, man. I asked him some questions. He was gracious enough to say yes, and I answered those questions. So, yeah, you're gonna hear from him. It's gonna be dope, man. So, yeah, TeedotEinsof, episode 26. We gonna be back, man. Producer, musician, out of Califas, man. Peace and love. We'll be back, yo. Yeah.
Just don't say nothing after me. Just don't say nothing after me.
Love, y'all. This is TeedotEinsof, and you're now tuned in to the Rec Show with my man's Gldnmnd.
And through them flow.
Back to the easel. Viewpoint of an eagle. Couldn't spot my dark thoughts, a hot evil. What if I blacked out or know it like hair dye? Let this person here die till I don't even fear dying. Thank goodness greater minds see through. At the door knocking at better days to peek to. But why I keep going back to these old subjects? For cancer beat it, feeling like I lost something. I keep retracing steps, feeling like a victim. Ain't even peeping, I keep drawing the same picture. Control breath, inner thoughts, doubting everything. Out of shell, armor thick enough for anything. What to complain about? Plenty things. I want a wife, never could afford a wedding ring. But how I look sounding weak. Ain't no way in the world we blaming this on me. And that's how it be. Little old me. Little money to count, dodging accountability.
Hey, yeah. Had a couple weeks to reflect, to leave what I kept on my mind, to make space for what's next. Head high, eyes fall while I'm taking these steps. I want the best, only a nigga through, settling for the less. I feel your stress, right? Life been looking like a test that I can't get right. I promise to you that I'm putting up my best fight. Swinging left, right, put my heart through it, do it till I'm out of breath. Like, he did it to death. Few regrets, I call them lessons, just a piece of my progression. Hey, wait for John's ascension from back door to rap plateaus. I go smash mouth, eliminate characters on my smash bro. I laugh more and cried enough to take a bath, to row a boat in. Through still waters, I wade slow. Sunshine, rain, hail, see the snow. Still grow, see the sun, reach for gold, take a hold. Yeah.
And through them flow.
Yo, this is Nod Your Head, and you're tuned in to The Rec Show with my man Gldnmnd. Don't sleep.
Word is bond, word is life, word creates their birth. Be true to yourself and know your worth. Word is bond, word is life, word creates their birth. Be true to yourself and know your worth. Word is bond, word is life, word creates their birth. Breathe in, cleansing the temple of a residue simple. Breathe out toxins, lock, block that can edge you.
What's going on? It's Afro Blue, and right now I'm checking out the Rec Show with my dude, Gldnmnd. Much respect, fam. Keep doing your thing,
Yeah, yo. Hey, episode 26 with TeedotEinsof, man. Yo, we back, man. Yeah, so the track before that you were listening to was off of the Sun Salutations with Mookie and Travis F and Christian S1, man. So, yo, he be collaborating with a lot of people, man. But, yo, let me get into the interview part, man. So I asked my man, like, yo, for beat heads and just regular people that don't know and like beats and listening to beats and instrumentals, who are you? All right, introduce yourself, what your name means, who you are at your core, and then how you created your name. Because TeedotEinsof is not a normal moniker that, people go by. So,
Yo, peace, y'all. My name is Terrence Nicholas Roy Hansen, and I go by the moniker TeedotEinsof. TeedotEinsof means ending, beginning, infinite. And who I am at the core, I personally feel is a very passionate, peaceful, loving, strong spirit. Yo, I love to observe life and learn. Sometimes I feel like I'm on some scientist shit with the experimentation and the observations and trials and tribulations that one loves to learn from. Yo, I'm a very family-oriented person as well. I love my loved ones, and they're a vital aspect of who I am within myself. Sometimes I wonder what I would be without my loved ones next to me, or without that heart per se. You know what I'm saying? How I created the name TeedotEinsof is actually a name that was given to me by my brothers Kevin and Pilla when I growing up with them. So I just took the name and then added Einsof to it, which means infinite, or Yah before the manifestation into the spiritual realm in Hebrew, from the studying of the Kabbalah. So TeedotEinsof, pretty much, ending, beginning, infinite. My first letter of my name is T, so that it actually is the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, T or Tav. Dot is the original symbol of the beginning or the start of, and then, like I said, I just added the Einsof just to remind me of who I am and the energy that I circulate. So that's how you get TeedotEinsof, and voila.
good? This is your girl Bones, the producer, and you're checking out The Rec Show with Gldnmnd, baby.
So, yo, man, we are creative as a human species, man, human race, whatever you want to call it, man. Yo, we so creative, man, because I never would have thought to go in that deep with it. Like, my name is, I didn't even go that deep with it. I just thought it was a dope name that I came up with or hit me as I was thinking about monikers to come up with to be known by. But anyway, man, that's dope, yo. So let me ask you this, man, like spirituality is important part of who you are as a soul, just having communications and talking to you, man. So what role do you think it plays in how you craft your sound or your music?
Yo, I definitely concur with you on that, my G. It does play an important part within one's human experience. For me recently, I've been learning that the word spiritual or spirituality actually means breath, derived from. So for me, I feel like everyday grace is an opportunity that I'm attempting to take accountability and me trusting in my experiences within self and the choices and responses I make within this journey. And by doing so, it has allowed me to transmute the growth and confidence in myself to create these soundscapes and these canvases that y'all hear, from the inner feelings of me detaching from such emotion and feeling, and just using that energy to create and express self. Doing one's best to be able to be aware and feel and let go of all that. Sometimes I don't even save the beats, to be honest with you. I just be creating them and then letting them go, and understanding that anytime I hop on my laptop is the possibility, let's take that back, the opportunity to create something authentic and genuine every time. Because even then, I don't make beats every day. So for me, it even reminds me to come back to me trusting in my ability to take accountability and be aware of that accountability and keep in motion and move and create that feeling when it arises, and not necessarily force it from the inside, you know. So I would like to say it plays an important fact of reminding me to trust myself and keep it moving and just express what is, and don't label or get attached to a big expectation.
This is Black Gldnmnd. You're checking out The Rec Show with Gldnmnd. Peace.
Yo, man. These are dope ass conversations that, you know what I mean, like a lot of people are probably having behind the scenes and probably don't know about, but these is dope between musicians and beat makers and artists and stuff like that. That's why I created this show, man, just to, you never know, man. But anyway, listen, let me get to the next question. Yo, what goes on in the mind of TeedotEinsof as you hear samples or sounds that you want to use in your music production?
Oh man, what goes on in my mind when I hear samples and sounds. Yo, I have a huge love Jones for sounds and samples in general. Like, I be sitting here gigging off some of the smallest things or subtlest things. So I feel like I could darn near collage anything together. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a mental thing. It's more upon the feeling that these sounds give me, or the cohesion of hearing these sounds layered together and how that feels together. So I like to believe that I'm a very intuitive individual in that sense. I enjoy moving off of feelings, so the majority of the time it's something within that sound or sample that feels good, or adds another emotion to the overall feeling of the piece. You know, it may be a bell, it may be a harp, it may be a person walking, it may be the wind. You know, I had to draw back from the complicating and intellectualizing of the creativity due to me always feeling like there could always be something to add to the beat. So I felt like it was clouding my mind a little bit. So being able to sit here and just go off the natural feeling of what feels good, whether it's something subtle and simple, whether it's something complex that I just need to push back further in the background and add some filters to. I feel like it's just always light bulbs and shit. But no, it's very beautiful. I enjoy the process.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that, man. So, like, what DAWs or analog machines do you use to create your music? Oh, and why that specific, like, DAW or analog machine or groovebox and stuff like that, man?
I actually been using Fruity Loops since I started making beats. Fruity Loops 11 and my Akai MPK Mini that I've been using for the last 4 years since I started. So since the start of my journey, I've actually added a SP404, a new Mark PT01 turntable, a mini Korg, an iPad, and my Yamaha keyboard that I found randomly taking a different way to work one day. All praises to the Most High for that. And the reason I've added all that to my setup is to create an analog to digital workflow. And I feel like creating that analog to digital workflow has helped me expand my ideas and further have fun with everything that I have surrounding me. Running my SP404 through my interface has opened up my creativity, by allowing me to have access to these synths and keyboards and the iPad iOSs and these turntables that I'm able to sit here and pull records off of. It allows me to sit here and explore more with adding to and starting any sort of idea that may pop up in my mind, in a sense of feeling. Plus, I feel like the extra analog gear always adds a subtle texture to the records that I also enjoy. I don't necessarily always enjoy things being polished and sounding clean, due to emotions and feelings not always being polished and sounding clean, you know. So yeah, it's been beautiful sitting here and working through the SP404 back into my interface into FL. The main aspect I usually go with is running my turntable through it, and I just sit here and chop records, use the effects, record that back into my Fruity Loops, and then sit there and chop things up through Serato sample using my MPK, and it's very dope, yo. I really love it.
Yeah, man, yo, everything be happening like the way it's supposed to happen, man. You just never know, man. But let me keep the interviews going, man. Let me ask you, like, what are some rituals that help raise your mood for your music creation? Like, you listen to music, you play video games, you watch movies, you meditate, exercise, like, et cetera, et cetera. Like, what are some things that help get you in that vibe, in that zone?
Some rituals that get me wanting to create usually are the things that allow me to relax my mind and just be myself. I smoke a lot of weed, so majority of the time that's usually what it is, to sit here and roll up, break down some herb, break down some guava, and just roll a spliff and just sit there and allow that to just relax me and see where the feeling leads from there. But yeah, sometimes I get mad high and I don't necessarily create, so I'm just sitting here listening to everything still. Another thing that gets me flowing is love. I love being around love. Rather that in the inspiration behind a beautiful relationship. Being around my family or even being around my loved ones, my homies that create. Their energy always inspires me. I live around Black God, Travis, the homie Michael Clay, and Tina. So having them in close proximity is always inspiring me and raising my vibrations to create at times, just by hearing them and seeing them initiate. Because like I said, I don't make beats every day, so sometimes they're the ones that sit there and get me gravitate into the energy or get me up and going, because I'm hearing things now and I'm attempting to add to the feeling of what's going on. So yeah, just seeing them be themselves has been very beautiful in the process of me creating music. Also listening and sharing beats and music with the homies that don't necessarily live by, like my brother Kevin, my brother Theodis Soul, War Dolphin, Who Knows, Low Tech, The Key, Solus, J Hill, Ant, Hajino, Roberto, Orc, Lune and Gray, my brother Matt EJ, and a lot more individuals that I wasn't able to necessarily name, because there'd be a whole paragraph of motherfucking names, which my apologies. I love y'all all, and I hope y'all don't take anything away from it. Also, actually experiencing life. Life is a big thing that gets me wanting to create, whether it's a happy moment or sad moment. Again, I just attempt to let go of feelings and emotions, so the experience of life and the lessons that it presents definitely gets the creative juices flowing. And it's beautiful per se to sit here and be able to transmute the energy to something tangible and materialize it in a sense of audio. Or in that case, honestly, anything, because I do like taking pictures as well. I graph a little bit, and I do doodles. Not necessarily a doodler, but I enjoy doing doodles every now and then. Yeah, video games is actually another big thing. I just sit there and play video games, just relax. My little brother, he's a big gamer, and I used to sit here and be on Madden heavy, so I sit here and just relax, roll up, play some video games, and then sit there and get to creating after. Like I said, anything that necessarily just relaxes me, brings me back to the center of self, and it has me feeling something. It doesn't necessarily need to be anything positive. It doesn't necessarily need to be negative. It just has to be a feeling that moves me.
What up? This is Distant Star, and you're listening to The Wreck Show with Gldnmnd. Peace.
We back, man. This is Gldnmnd with episode number 26 with TeedotEinsof, man. Yo, we getting into it. That track you heard was I'm Alive So I Win, and then the track before that was off the Release to Grow 3, which is Bounce, West, and Rock. And then the track before that was Mental Gymnastics. Off these beat tapes, man. Yo, When the Water Meets, Release to Grow 3 is a dope beat tape, man. So y'all check it out, man. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Meditate Where I Focus is another dope track, man. Y'all been listening to and vibing with. So yeah, man. So we're gonna get back into the interview, man. So T-Dot, man, you being from Califas, which is like the mecca for beat culture, how do you think being from there contributes to your creation of such amazing albums like the Ethernet EP or Release to Grow 1, 2, and 3? You feel me?
Yo, me being from California, and the LA beat culture played a huge part in contributing to my creative process within the Ethernet EP. I released the Grow Beat series and everything I've actually done. In all honesty, yo, shouts out to the West for real, for real. I'm actually originally from Anaheim, so I'm not that necessarily far from LA. But it's been actually crazy because my first ever music equipment came from a raffle I won at the Low End Theory Festival for the TR8 drum machine that they were giving out for the Roland 808 celebration that day. So shouts out to the homie Dan at Roland. Shouts out Daedalus for meeting him and him giving me the machine. And shouts out to Raz G for signing it. Yo, rest in beats for real. Plus, it's very interesting because my friends Travis Christian and my little brother and I would always go down to the events and shows that was popping up out in LA. It was very beautiful, and I feel like, how can I say it? Being able to experience and observe a lot of those showcases and the artists that was rocking, it definitely played a huge part in my creative process and my growth as a producer. From the influence, whether that was indirect teaching or not, or direct in the sense of being there and being a part of the essence of the shows and everything. It definitely helped me expand more in the sense of feeling all the textures and the mixes and the techniques that may have been going on. It helped me learn a lot and create and develop my own sound. I personally feel within me creating beats. For real, if it wasn't for the LA beat culture, I don't know if I would have been as experimental with sound and frequencies and being able to sit here and utilize some of the grittiness and the dissonance that may come with doing and experimenting with certain things. Like on the Release to Grow 3 beat tape, some of those beats actually came from the OG DiBiase's sample challenges he was throwing for the Serato's Kitchen showcase that he had going down on his platform. So those challenges have been filled with a bunch of beat makers that was creating wild stuff week in and week out. And I know there was heavy influence from the LA beat culture and a lot of those creations that was going down as well. So it was very beautiful being able to experience that and add the personal experiences of me being a part of some of those things into my music. Right. Like I said, I love lasers, I love textures, I love swing, I love brokenness. I don't know how to really explain it in the words other than
gotta be perfect, right?
It just feels good to me.
Yeah.
And it's something that I enjoy conveying in my music.
I feel you, yeah. back, man. Yo, I told you this was gonna be dope, man. I know y'all vibing out, man. Listen, I know y'all vibing out, man. It's different. So listen, man. Yo, T-Dot, man. Like, who are your beat makers superheroes, music producer superheroes, and why? Like, and no genre is off limits either way. Feel me?
Man, who are my beat makers superheroes? Yo, and why? That's a very, very good question, yo. Off tops, the first name that always comes to my head is Butterfly of Digable Planets. He's hands down one of my favorite beat makers of all time. The way he was able to collage those jazz elements and create a whole different feel than what was usually going on within that time frame of jazz hop or jazz hip hop. He's always sticks out, and I always do my best to draw from his influence. Madlib is another producer, obviously. Dilla as well, but the way he orchestrates and creates is amazing. You know, a genius the way he able to collage loops and use different elements and blend them all together to create a whole different feel of music that still falls under the category of hip hop, jazz. You know, everything that one was inspired by. And yeah, the different aliases he uses for his music as well to express himself has been nuts, yo. I enjoyed the DJ Rel. I enjoyed yesterday's last quintet. You know, Madlib, Quasimodo. You know, there's probably more aliases that I haven't even came across that I need to sit here and get schooled on. But for the most part, being able to sit here and see him create different atmospheres and release that under different names has been very, very beautiful and inspiring. My brother Scott Zylo as well, a producer from the UK, another man that has amazed me. He has his own band going on now called Shademus. It's a 3-piece, but he's came a long way from, you know, Scott Zylo, the producer that I've met, and the way he uses those textures and harmonies and the sound selection in general always be drawing me close to emotions and feelings. I really appreciate him too. He's another one that I'll sit here and consider a superhero, a beat-making superhero. Barry White is probably another one of my favorite composers and arrangers from back in the day. I don't know, every time I sat here and listened to Barry White music, I always had this essence of hip-hop and the way it was constructed and arranged. Man, I loved it. I loved it. And then my brother War Dolphin, man, he's another one that's on a different spectrum than me. Personally, I know him personally, so it's always beautiful to sit here and hear his mind and hear his feelings and his philosophies upon music. It helps me sit here and better understand where he comes from and his creating. But the way he interprets and puts everything together, some of the most beautiful feelings and emotions I've came across recently. So my man is one of the most diverse musicians I've ever came across, and it's been very beautiful and amazing getting to know him and pick his mind and sit here and see how he listens to music. Also, I gotta add Brother Dutchie and Black God. They're superheroes to me, the way they sit here and able to stretch things, slow things down, manipulate the sample so much, but sit there and still give it so much space and room and feeling, yo. They're stretching, chopping gods to me. I love them too, brothers, and always learn a lot from listening to their sounds.
Hey, this is Strong Maurice, and you're listening to The Wreck Show with my guy Gldnmnd.
With tangerine trees and marmalade skies.
Yo. Hey, man, that's Imaginary off that Release 2 Grow beat tape, man. Listen, man. Hey, yo, so T-Dot, man, now that you're like a little older and wiser, like what advice would you give the younger you when you first started making beats? And like, what's your take on artists being creative and and holding down a job? Like, do you frown upon that? Do you encourage that? You know what I mean? Like, what's your take on that, man?
Yo, I started making beats about 4 years ago, so I was 25. So the main advice I'll give to my younger self in general would have been start sooner. Invest into my passions and my ideas when the thought came. Cause I started out around music recording like 15, 16 with my brothers Break Left and Words to Guns and the whole Aim High collective, which was consisting of the majority of my friends that I met growing up. And very, very gifted individuals, yo. So that experience being around all those dope individuals and the introduction to music at an early age of 3 by my moms, who used to put me asleep to the Art LeBeau show back in the day, had me making beats at 25, but I really wish I was able to sit there and make that choice a lot sooner, you know, when I sat there and got introduced to the process of creativity. So yeah, the advice would be follow your passions and trust in yourself to make that investment back into yourself. What's my take on artists is being creative and holding down a job? Man, honestly, that is one of the most beautiful balances I have personally been able to experience in a minute. I really enjoy being able to work and create music. I used to work for a school district working with kids, so having that job to be able to keep the spirit of work flowing and not only boxing myself in as a musician and having to force that into the only sense of finances was beautiful. Being able to have those extra ends from the job I enjoy working at, invest back into my music at the end of the day was a very liberating feeling. But at that moment, I haven't worked since COVID popped off, so it's been an interesting journey as well, being able to feel myself, my way around this life, and trust in myself to make the money through music and other potential income ideas that be presenting itself outside of the 9-to-5 or quote-unquote job work, you know. So it's been a beautiful lesson within itself to learn. I'm definitely still open to working a job as long as it fits and adds value to myself. But at this moment in time, with trusting in myself and making these choices toward music and expanding upon that passion and venturing off in other ideas for other sorts of side incomes, it's been very beautiful because it's helping me open up myself and add back to the musical aspect of trusting myself and letting these feelings and emotions flow.
Right. Okay, I appreciate that take on that, man. Like, all right, so like, what collectives are you involved with? Like, what artists are you involved with in providing beats to and stuff like that? Like, shout out to your loved ones or your people that you hang out with and cook up with, all that type of stuff, man. Show love to them, man.
Yeah, I'm actually a part of a few groups and collectives with friends. Ghost Meets Ghost is actually a trio I'm in with my best friend Gldnmnd and Gray. Gldnmnd is one of my closest friends in life that I've had the chance to actually meet via Twitter. She's a wonderful spirit and very gifted individual when it comes to singing and production. I enjoy her musicianship and just being able to exchange that musical chemistry. And then her boyfriend, her man's Gray, man, it's been beautiful getting to know him. He's really my man's, very beautiful spirit. Dude is very gifted as well. He'd be sitting there kicking, he'd be singing, he'd be engineering, he creates beats as well. Majority of the Norman beat tape that you could probably hear on the Ghost Meets Ghost SoundCloud, that was majority of the works of me and him, and Tatum sprinkled in, or Gldnmnd sprinkled in. So it was very beautiful being able to be a part of that trio, and we got some more in the works coming soon. Another group I'm actually in is the Black Lotus Heart Plan. It's another group consisting of 4 folks. That's my brothers, Black God, Travis, Farmville, the brother Who Knows, and myself. And we all low-key have a different energy, a different element when it comes to astrology. So we're attempting to sit here and collage it together and bring forth this audio kung fu style of water, wind, fire, and earth. Because when we come together, which is usually on the weekends, it's always some wild wild, way out shit, and it's always very beautiful coming together. It's very effortless. So we got some shit coming together very, very soon. And as always, we're always working individually as well. I'm also a part of a beautiful collective of loved ones, of family. We don't necessarily got a name yet, but it'll come soon time when the universe presents it. But yeah, that collective consists of my brothers Roberto, Taki, Low-Tech, Jay Hill, Black God, Travis Fonville, and myself. And it's such a strong collective of individuals and energies, that I'm very excited to see come together within the essence of creativity, because they were down here, Jay Hill, Low-Tech, and Roberto was down here in late June, early July, and it was very lovely having them over. The creativity wasn't necessarily there because we were meeting each other all in person, but the connection, the honesty, the vulnerability, the communication. And when we did have fun and create, there was so much wildness coming together, man. I'm very, very appreciative of each one of those individuals. Yeah, they're very unique people within their own senses. And I can't wait to come together intentionally and give the world this seismic feel, because it definitely feels like something very, 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 very special. I'm also part of a duo called Cup of Tea. It's a duo that consists of my best friend Tina and myself. We've both done things on each other's individual projects. I'm on the Voice of Reasons, and she's on the Ethernet EP, and is also going to be on this Emit the Forest from the Trees EP. As well as we have a bunch of old demos that we used to create when we lived together. Probably somewhere on my hard drive. But I'm mad excited to be a part of that and continue to build upon our relationship as friends, and see how that translates within the music aspect, because we're both still growing and learning within self and music. So it's gonna be something very beautiful when we come out and release the Cup of Tea project. Outside of those specific groups, though, I'm connected with a lot of beautiful spirits that I've crossed paths with within this musical journey. I'm always open to the more groups and collectives that may transpire later down the line, just from conversations or something actually transpiring. So I'm very open to that. But I got to shout out to all my loved ones that I've had the chance and pleasure to build within this experience of life, that has helped me become who I am, and the essence of creativity and the lessons I've learned from each individual. So I'm looking forward to sitting here and being a part of the journey more with them, and seeing what comes about within the creativity aspect.
My next question would be how do you think artists such as yourself could benefit from total control over your music and its distribution, right? Because we live in an age where so many sites are you can be exposed to so many different websites and stuff like that, but you aren't necessarily eating off of those sites in a very sustainable way, meaning you can get pennies for your tracks that you stream off Spotify and other sites, but you can't eat off pennies and stuff like that, man. So what do you think about that, man?
I feel like the biggest way an artist can benefit from total control over their own music and the distribution is being able to fully be themselves through the whole journey. Collecting everything that comes back from that hard work you invested into these projects and these pieces, and not having to sit there and split that with any distribution company or any label aspect due to the signing of such. I feel like being able to sit there and create and evolve and not having to worry about confining to someone else's creative directions is something that's very liberating as well, because the leverage that comes with empowering and valuing your craft will open up so much opportunities, I personally feel. So at the end of the day, if you do end up making that choice of signing something, you also have the leverage of understanding one's own value and being able to use that leverage to sit there and decide if this opportunity is really for you or not, within your own endeavors that you've experienced with adding your own value. Like this upcoming project that I'm releasing is actually off of Blue Alley Records. Shouts out to my brother Moses. That's his That's his record label. But he allowed me total creative control from the music aspect to how we're going to distribute it. So I appreciate him completely for presenting that opportunity and experiencing that firsthand.
Yeah, shout out to Moses, man. Shout out to anybody that is all about the art and how it's put out and how it's accepted and allowing artists to just eat, man, because artists are the lifeblood of our human experience, right? They are able to paint pictures. I don't care what kind of artist you are, music producer, an artist, digital artist, painting artist, like dance artist, like any of those things, man. So we artists are able to paint pictures of the times. That's what's going on in our lifetime right now. So, man, show love to them, man. Appreciate your artists, man. But yeah, man. So, my last question would be what should the internets look out for from TeedotEinsof in the remainder of 2021 into 2022? And then what do you have on the horizon? How can people tap into you and your music, man? Go ahead and plug yourself, man. Plug your socials, plug your websites, all that type of stuff.
So that's a good question, because I'm always planting seeds and seeing what I could create or present coming up after I've created the initial project. So I'm very excited to release this next coming EP, which releases on November 25th, called Emit the Forest from the Tree. Like I said, that's going to be being released from the homies record label Blue Alley Records, and it's a 4-track EP that is conceptualized around my personal journey and the process of healing, introspection, accountability, and finding yourself in the midst of this world, and being confident and trusting in that spirit that you draw close to within yourself and learn about. It features a beautiful cast consisting of Tina, the brother Mookie Mala, TeedotEinsof, Roberto, Travis Fonville, Lune, Johnny Yu, and Joey Golden as a joint, Kelvin Catalyst, and my brother Wavy Wax. Like I said, it harvests on November 25th, and I believe that's going to be 11 days away from now. So I'm very excited to release that this fall, being one of my favorite seasons as well. So, and on the number 25th at the 7, so it all adds up universally for me. And we'll see if anything else etches out toward the end of 2021. We in November, we got till December, so who knows? It might be something else that drops in 2021. Maybe a loose single, maybe a beat tape. We'll see what transpires. But in 2022, I believe I got this Retrograde 2 that's going to be dropping with my brother Joey Golden. It's a continuation from the first EP we dropped called Retrograde. My mans and I have been slowly brewing this piece for a little bit over 2 years, a little bit after we released a Retrograde in 2019. So it's always beautiful working with my man. He's a wizard for real. He chooses some of the most interesting instrumentals I make. So it's gonna be a wonderful, cohesive piece filled with a lot of different type of feelings and sounds that one may not be necessarily used to when it comes to my production. But it's going to be very, very beautiful. I'm very excited for y'all to peep that in 2022. Speaking with Lune and Gray, we're hoping to have a Ghost Meets Ghost EP dropping sometime next year as well. Gray's working on his individual stuff right now, and he's looking to drop, and Lune's working on her individual EP that's done. She's looking to drop, so hopefully we'll be able to come together and give y'all an EP that pretty much showcases the chemistry between us three. It's very, very beautiful when we come together. It's a different type of sound as well, but still you could hear the essence of all three of us. Of course, in 2022, you're going to get more continual drops of the Release to Grow series beat tapes, which consists of just ideas, jam sessions, and just fun collaborations with the homies when they skate through. Potentially create a different conceptual beat tape to drop. We'll see how life presents itself and see where I am at that moment in time. And low-key slowly working on that Ethernet album, which is a continuation and expansion off the EP I dropped on my birthday this year. So yeah, the album is going to be a lot more expansive and a lot more in depth. So I'm looking forward to being able to showcase that. Potentially next year, we'll see how everything goes. Along with what other potential opportunities and ideas that the universe presents my way. You know, I'm always open to whatever comes in life, and the aspect of being able to sit here and choose what I want to do next. There's also been some seeds that I've been planting along with the homies as well. So, you know, hopefully we'll get an Ocean Aquanaut T-Dot project or a record, a Wig Flipper T-Dot project, J Hill T-Dot project. Like we were speaking about earlier about the Black Lotus Heart Clan. Definitely looking forward to sharing what happens when we come together. And also the collective that we don't got a name for. Shout out to all my loved ones, Roberto J. Hill, Taki, Solus, Tech, Black God, Travis Fonville. Hopefully we'll be able to sit there and come together and give you guys something to showcase the multitude of energy that's going to be coming from that spot. From that group, I should say. Also the fact that it's about to be 2022 and it adds up to a 6 number. So I know it's going to be a lot of communal things going on next year, and I'm looking forward to that. Plus 6 is my lucky number. Shouts out to my Libra placements, you know. So I'm looking forward to the excitement that comes with that, for real. So all praises to the Most High. And what's on the horizon is more growth and more beautiful sounds coming from me as I continue to tend to my garden and root out the weeds and then clean up what I got to clean up to continue to be able to grow and take accountability for the man I'm looking to become, and I am becoming. So yeah, as I continue to grow within myself, I feel like the more one will continue to hear the growth that comes from each release and the emotions that will hopefully bring folks closer to where my music really stems from, and draws them to the understanding of there's no difference between the art that I create and the artist. It all stemming from the emotion and feeling within myself. And yeah, y'all could tap in with me personally on Instagram or Twitter at TeedotEinsof for both of those platforms. Yo, feel free to hit me up whenever, man. I enjoy conversing and exchanging conversation, especially when it comes down to the matter of learning. So feel free to introduce yourself and let's talk. Also, y'all can find my music on Bandcamp at TeedotEinsof.bandcamp.com or any of your favorite streaming platforms. Just search TeedotEinsof. I'm about to be uploading my DSPs soon with these beat tapes in the last EP. I just dropped the Ethernet EP. So there's going to be a lot more growth coming around the horizon for us all, yo. And I enjoy warmth, so shouts out to the Most High, and I appreciate you having me on your show, yo.
Yeah. Hey, man, thank you for being on the show, man. You're right. Shouts out to the Most High, man. Thank you, gratitude, and everything, man. And yeah, man, y'all check out TeedotEinsof on Bandcamp. Check them out on Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, all that stuff, man. And yeah, there's gonna be more, man. More dope stuff coming next week, man. So again, TeedotEinsof episode 26. That is it for me. I just want to say I appreciate you. If you made it to this point in this show, go ahead and leave a fire emoji on the Bandcamp site, and then also figure out which episode is your favorite and mark that as your favorite. That's like direct feedback to me, so I know, you know, where I'm going with these episodes. But I'm gonna keep going, man. So as long as the producers say yes to the show, man, I'm gonna keep putting it out there and keep putting their names out there and stuff like that, man. So again, peace and love to everybody, man. Count your blessings, not your problems. And I'm gonna see y'all on another episode of The Rec Show, man. Of course, follow at The Rec Show on Twitter. Follow Gldnmnd. I am Gldnmnd on Twitter, Instagram, and then also follow Gldnmnd.bandcamp.com. Follow that, and then we gonna keep growing, keep going, and yeah, make sure y'all take care of yourselves, your mentals, your chicken, all that stuff, man. So yeah, we about to be out, man. Peace and love, yo. Pow, 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 pow.
Peace, what's happening? This is your girl, Murder Megs the Great. Shout out to my man, Gldnmnd, and you are listening to The Wreck Show, alright?
These lights represent every living person on the planet. The white lights are humans. And these are the mutants.
They tell like younger kids or other producers like that's cheating, you can't really be separate, but bro, like when it comes to this producing shit, you can do whatever you want.
You've been listening to the Wreck Show podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Remember 3 things: believe in your music, take care of your mentals, become the best version of yourself. Until the next one, Gldnmnd signing off. Peace and love, yo.
To be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.
These young boys getting better. This is not like the NBA where you can retire. Like this is, you have to keep going.